going negative. They paid you to get oil. Remember that? That
Yeah,
was on
man.
COVID. Oh man. Good morning, everyone. All right, guys. So this is the thing. We're just coming out, or I'm just coming out of the show with Piper. We were kind of like, hey, are we bullish, bearish, so on and so forth. I think, well, it seems like he's got the day off. Alex has the day
I
off.
just got I
Oh,
just got kicked.
not me, not me.
I
Very.
don't
Oh,
mind. You want to kick me out?
I don't, man. I muted last time, right? Now I'm kicking you
Trying
out.
to give me a
Oh,
vacation, man.
by the way, that server mute that you have, what was it, 2 days ago? Well, no, Monday, yesterday. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I even went to the server thing to look at the logs. There is no log to mute you. Nobody muted you. It seems like it was like a ghost mute or something. No idea. Very, very weird.
That's weird.
That's weird. That's the FED, my friend. They want to cut your alpha out. All right, so let me share my screen really quickly, and I'm not gonna be telling you up or down. Oh man, now it's different. Did it change again? Or I'm just too late to the party. Sharing screens. Thanks. Well, whatever. Let me just mute the server for a little bit
good.
so we don't get a ding, ding, ding. All right, perfect. Let's go and watch my mess. All right, let's go to the daily. Let's zoom out and let's keep up on what we were talking about. So basically, if you remember, I was since February, since we were saying, hey, this is a Wyckoff possible Wyckoff range, right? Not a range, and then we start losing that range. I was, hey, this is going to be it, right? This is going to be it. But right here, we need to reevaluate, right? I've been pounding on this over and over and over, and now I think it's almost completed, all right? That's why I'm getting nervous. I think we still have room to grow to the upside. I think we're going to go to the upside, but now I'm getting a little bit nervous because every single thing that I've been trying to accommodate here, it's been happening earlier. All right, so that is the point that I want to bring up. You need to be prepared in case the timing that I'm expecting or that you are expecting moved faster. All right, so that will be a pump and then a dump. Let me zoom in here. So first of all, and I don't know what the rest of my drawings are. Not sure where they go. Oh yeah, because I'm not in the right chart. Here it is. First of all, we have a set of blue candles in here, right there, which are just a copy of from this candle all the way up to this other candle right here. All right, so these candles, I grab them and then I push them to my right. This is it, right? What happened? We had our first fake out. Something important we need to understand, it is how market cap happens, right? What does market cap means? More money in the system. What do we need to get more money in the system? More institutions or more people, right? More people means more weak hands, more intermediate hands, more golden hands, and also more diamond hands. More of everything, all right? As it comes, we know that when increment market cap, we increment people in the system. When we increment people in the system, we increment more newbies, more, how do you call them? Paper hands, right? Paper hands, than golden hands, and diamond hands, which means drops at the beginning will be faster and bigger. But since we have more golden hands in here, we support stuff until paper hands or golden hands, those are diamond hands, right? All the way here. Till golden hands go, hey, we're actually holding, man. Let's buy back in. And I don't know what the hell is happening here. There we go. Sorry. So there, let's buy back in. It's been taking forever and we're not losing it. This is golden hands. And what happens? Now, silver hands come in place, right? What happens with silver hands? Maybe they go up. Now paper hands. What happens with paper hands? Golden and silver hands sell out a little bit or half of their profits or something around that. And then we shake out. And then once again, silver and golden hands go up. Paper hands buy. They get wrecked and they say, fuck that. Same still start happening until, and this is not that they are using the same indicators, right? But until the market cap just doesn't hold the sell out, all right? Why? Because right here is not people selling, it's not retail. There is institutions saying, hey, that's it, we're out. Let's just restructure our plans for earnings, right? Because they bought below, they sell high, and then they liquidate whatever it needs. So that's why we see going back up, all right, above the zero line, and then with strength, with a bunch of strength all the way up, and then reversals, sharp reversals. And what happened right there? Up it goes, boom, not able to make it, not able to make it, not able to make it, fake out, not able to make it, and now we're back below the zero line. That was unsuccessful breakthrough, all right? What happened here? This was different. This was slightly different. We were below the dynamic reactor, all right? But what happened here? We were spiking, not like here that we did not went above it, above the dynamic reactor. What happened when we spiked above it here? We start spiking back above the dynamic reactor, all right? So they are in synchrony, basically being above the zero line and being below your zero line and being below your dynamic reactor. When I start seeing this double top section, which we are not there yet, all right, I'm going to start looking to, when I lose my zero line first, and then, when I lose my dynamic reactor, and then when I lose my zero line next. I'm out by then. At least all of my Bitcoin that is intended to be traded is going to be taking profits, whether I like it or not. That's it. I'm out. And then I'm going to start once again with both DCA and my trading wallet. So I already know how much I'm going to be reallocating, which is what I started with this year. And then I'm going to start changing my perspective to try to short the market until we are back above. And remember, we are on daily until we start breaking back above the zero line. All right. So here, if you guys wanted to just skip across the whole explanation, all right, and you're not interested to learn, which I don't blame you, which you're not interested to see my theory in my analysis of market cycles, this is it. I'm going to just fast forward to you, all right? I'm going to be long or bullish until expecting 30% retracement or 50% retracement, in fact, like this, because I believe that we are right here on this part, all right? And then we need a big retracement and then the final higher high, all right? So I believe that we are here. That's why I'm getting scared. Scared a little bit because look at that. We have double bearish divergence, all right? What is happening right now? Double bearish divergence. And not only that, what happened all the way up here, look at your, let me start getting rid of all of the spaghetti. Look at what happened. Let me zoom in to your oscillator, your clouds, the compression on the clouds. You see the compression of the clouds? So what happens when we broke below the compression of the clouds? Big retracement right here, and the big retracement. Once again, going up and compression of the clouds. What happens? Losing the zero line and now falling below. What's happening right now? And remember, the blue lines, the blue candles are the exact same copy that we just looked at, right? So this pattern is this pattern. I believe that this pattern, it is this pattern in here. Oh, Come on. This pattern in here. And since everything is happening first, look at that. I was expecting to have one more month before the breakout. We broke faster, earlier, right? Then I was expecting this pattern to play it out again later, and it played out earlier, right? Then this pattern, so we have one hiccup, two hiccups, three hiccups, and then reversal. 1, 2, what is the third one? Either here or either here at the top. All right? So that's what I'm telling you. I'm getting scared because this could happen earlier. So that's why I have this reversal one. All right? At my red box. All right? And also I have the second one that I believe that this is plan A. This is plan B. All right? So do we still have maybe a little bit movement to the upside? Yes, we do. But here's the importance. Look at the compression of my clouds. Please look at them. Look at the compression in these clouds. How long it took this compression before breaking down? How long is it going to take this compression? Look at that. This compression of the clouds are much, much, much tighter than before. My purpose here is not look at this compression, right? What happens? Oh, come on. Don't push it all the way there. Where's my compression? In this case, it is not at the top. Still push through and then retracement. All right. So let's go and find that compression actually at the top, like in here. This is what we're looking for, right? What happens with the compression? Break below, and then we do that slight movement to the upside. All right. This movement here, let me show it to you so there's no doubt. I think that this is where we are right now. If we have compression, I think we can do that last movement to the upside to hit the trend line and then the retracement. All right. So then once we are in here, we need to come back and check it out. Perfect. So I'm going to keep bullish, knowing that I can have this last run up and then a big pullback, but I'm still going to be bullish until I start losing this support. Where at? Let's go check it out. My support is going to be where my dynamic reactor is going to be, not where is it right now. So if I project my dynamic reactor, look at that. Also, I don't know if this is psychological, but kind of like my old candles are acting as a resistance or as a support for my dynamic reactor. Don't listen to this. It's just something I just noticed, and it was kind of like a fun just to look at, right? So where am I looking for my retracement? At the dynamic reactor. And then once we're here on the dynamic reactor retracement, that's when I want to re-speculate, all right? Something that is going to change the direction, it is look at how, I'm still on daily, look at how in here, the retracement was much lower. In here, the retracement is much higher. Why? And here's where the nerdy explanation starts, because of market cap. All right. What happens when we have more market cap? Again, more people, more money, more holdings, more sellouts, which means more time to play it out, which means better, and more structured patterns. All right. So this pattern, it was a double top, but to me, looks like it was trying to make a rising wedge, all right? It's just that the market cap holders were not able to resist in here, right? So what happens afterward? And we can see that same pattern playing out in smaller areas. For example, here we go high, we do the megaphone, we break, right? Then we go high, we make the megaphone and high, the rising channel, we break. We do the rising channel, we break. And if you look at the structure, it is the same structure here as the bear market, isn't it? Like we have the range up, we break, we range for a little bit, and then we start going upwards, right? I mean, it's almost that it was a copycat of a bigger pattern. This is called a fractal, All right. So when you start saying that fractal just playing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, well then, this is telling you something, right? The people that is trading this is a very specific people. All right. So we can maybe start trusting on what it's happening until we start seeing breakdown and going back to the cycle of Bitcoin. Now it's breaking down. Not because it's not playing out, it's just because now at this point right now, the market cap, the amount of money that is on Bitcoin at this point overtakes the reaction or the action and reaction of limited supply. This is normal. Same thing happened with gold when it had an ETF, which means, yes, if we just take out the market cap for big institutions and all of us, well, then we're going to be seeing that the cycles start playing out once again exactly as they were. But now big institutions, they are a little bit delayed taking profits and a little bit delayed pushing the price up, all right? Because of big market cap. Right now, we're reaching into the big boys market cap. Meta, Google, not Nvidia, but you get the point, right? Now we're starting to compete. Apple, right? We're starting to compete with those big boys. What happened with that market cap? The amount of money moves the market, right? Now the cycle is just an added bonus. Just bear in mind that, Alex, I don't know if you remember, just at the fear of having this data wrong, I think 90% of the Bitcoin that will ever exist is already out there circulating. Maybe you knew
With
it? Oh.
what supply circulating?
So from the total amount of Bitcoin, how much or what is the percentage already mined?
We're 99%, right?
Yeah, something like that, exactly. Ah, there we
Yeah.
go. 94.5%. Thank you, my friend Daggett.
Yeah.
Dude, you're amazing, bro. Shout out to Daggett DT. So yeah, guys,
Yeah, we're
I
way
mean,
up there because yeah, the blocks are so small now. There's only 600, 900 a day. Yeah.
exactly. So, guys, I mean, this is food for thought, right? And this is how it's designed to be. The cycle was the 3-year cycle, the 4-year cycle, depending on how you looked at it. It is, or it was meant to sustain the price of Bitcoin. Meanwhile, the big boys, the big institutions, right, absorbed and act to pump the price. Right now, we have institution trading, we have the ETF, all right? That means that it's not that we don't need the cycle, but the cycle takes less relevance. When was it broken? Last cycle, right here, double top. It is now trying to make double tops, and then most likely in the future, in this cycle, is going to try to make a rising wedge. So just so you know, my speculation based on the paradigm of gold or what happened with gold, and based on what's happening here, market cap by market cap growth analysis, not dollar by dollar, all right? It is that we're going to be having this like that. All right. So depending, but let me be a little bit more clear in here. I think we're going to be having this like that. Almost topping out like this. Maybe a fake out. And basically creating a very short head and shoulders pattern. All right. So again, I'm not that worried here. I am worried because nobody knows what's going to happen. We don't know if the global institutions or the global economy factors are going to be influxing and then breaking faster than we expect, right? But if we somehow hold, I think we're going to be making a head and shoulders, all right? Out of trying to make this rising wedge, if that makes sense. So the gold, I think that Bitcoin is trying to do is a rising wedge, but I don't know if it's going to make it, all right? Does it has enough market cap? Not sure about that, all right? My analysis didn't went that far. Too much math for my brain. All right, so just to wrap it up or down? I believe we have still a chance to go up somewhere around 113, and we're compressing. There is a chance that we have this fast breakout and pullback all the way somewhere around 98 or 97. All right. But again, I am optimism. I have to some optimism here. I am bullish. I'm still bullish. I'm still gonna be bullish even when we're back at 100K. Just so you know, and only gonna be turning bearish when we lose the zero line. If we lose dynamic reactor, and then the next pick up, we do not make it above the dynamic reactor. That's when I turn bearish. So sorry, Da Vinci. I guess your analysis of the bear market starting was not that accurate. So you heard it here first, guys. Bitcoin is going to zero. All right. So that's all that I got for that. That's why I was asking you, Alex, how you're feeling. We're getting to big resistances. Market cap is showing that we still have that itty bit of gas before a big retracement. Not so big that it's going to turn everything bearish, but let me know, how is the low time frames looking at in trading you, my friend?
It's a snooze fest, bro. Like Reggie's saying, man. I'm long right now, but I've taken like 7 trades this morning. It's been a snooze fest. I got stopped out here. I got long here. I got long here. I got stopped out. $300 loss. I got long here. I got long here. I got long here. I got long here. And I'm up like 700 today. And this is running. So we'll see. But bro, this has been the most boring. Oh, ETH is breaking out. There you go. ETH trade setup on its way here. Looking for a breakout retest Ethereum trade. So keep your eyes peeled, man. I gotta let my Discord know, but
Oh, nice! Look at that.
Anytime. Look at that. Live and happening, right? ETH breaking out. Bitcoin breaking out. So I'm long from here. I'm up like 400 right now. We'll see if it does want to continue to push, but what a boring ass price action, bro. Like, so, oh man. At one point I just like, well, what's our targets, right? Like, you look at this stuff, like, why am I getting long, right? And for me, it's very simple. We've swept liquidity in the lows in here. Everybody's going short. Oh my God, it's a complex inverse head and shoulders. Those losers, right? And they're like, oh, it's all coming here, man. At the end of the day, we have like imbalance in price action here. So we've come down into here and swept, which I'm happy with, right? We had liquidity, right? So we push up aggressively in here. And then what happens? We chop up, right? We chop up. So what does this create? This creates a shit ton of liquidity, right? Naturally, this morning we're all looking for the sweep in here. I front ran it. I got stopped out for a $300 loss, but look at the orb, man. As soon as we reclaimed orb, we started to put bullish divergence in down here, right? You go on like a 30-minute, you can see that this thing is trying to pop off here, trying to push back. And look, we're getting follow through now. It's just a matter of time. Are you patient enough to wait for the move, right? We flipped green. We're pushing up. Money's still green. Okay, so look at this. A nice little push now. But you had to wait, right? You had to wait. And it was a painful wait, but it was worth it. So slow. The NASDAQ also told us this story here, right? The NASDAQ did a job this morning. If we're looking in here, what did the NASDAQ do? NASDAQ came and it tapped this order block. Okay, to me, this says, hey, man, this little whale in here, we filled up our little order block and we bounced and we came back inside the range. Whenever you come back inside the range, you typically look to rotate back up to the top of the range. start closing above this low, you should be confident that this thing's going to go higher. Okay. And you can see higher lows all the way up. Painful, really painful. Ask Reggie how he feels about the NASDAQ this morning. Probably wants to kill it. But in my opinion, you reclaim orb, your open range breakout this morning, and you take advantage of price action. So you got double. They even fake you out with a double top in here, which is kind of funny. They try to give you double top and like bearishness. Okay, they tried to double top you. Coming into key resistance now, take profit 2 hit. Okay, take profit 1 was up here. I got in on this low here. And we're seeing if it wants to go. This is slow and painful. Okay. Same with ETH. ETH is breaking out. We're looking for a retest continuation. OC masterpiece. Okay, we'll see if we get that. But just patience here, guys. Patience, patience, patience. It's not fun. Like I'm pretty sure I'm done for the day. Like I'll trail this with my stop loss all the way up. But it's the narrative that tells you which way this is going to go, guys. That's it. Like you identify what's happened, right? So when you look at this and you zoom out, you got to ask yourself, where are we, right? What happened with the price action today? Well, if this was yesterday, right? And this is the morning, what has happened, right? We have created liquidity below us because we've gone up only. So we're typically going to look to retrace somewhat into this thing. We are still in an uptrend and we're consolidating sideways. One thing we also have done is we also retesting the value area high of the range. You can see we have the volume nipple in here, right? So we're retesting the highs of the range. We're looking for a continuation. Breakout, retest, continuation. Now you guys see me doing this on a much shorter time frame, right? So it's all putting that together. So we went up only yesterday. We have a giraffe balloon dog here, okay? We got a little bit more of a push. We did not take the liquidity of the high. If we had SFP'd last night, I would have been shorting this. We did not SFP last night, suggesting continuation. Okay? Now, we are breaking downwards momentum to the upside, just like I showed you on ETH. Breaking the downwards momentum to the upside, right? This is no longer moving in sequence to the downside, right? So when we look at Bitcoin, we understand all these things. Now, the other thing that led me to be a bit more bullish is the shorter term time frames. If we look at the hourly, we're oversold. We look at the 30-minute. I believe it's bullish divergence, okay, once it loads. Bull div, overextended, flipping green, okay? Money is still green. So this to me says continuation. Now, if we go into stuff like the 4-hour, and it gets a little bit mixed because why? Because we're chopping sideways, we're consolidating. So we need to zoom in a little bit to have that continuation. At the end of the day, the 4-hour is making higher lows. Okay? That's our trend. It's up. So we should be favoring longs, but we need to take them at key levels, right? And this was a key level, in my opinion. We held, we pushed, we conquered, we made money. Okay? So understanding that narrative, where we're looking, I am looking lower too. If this fails to break out, like congratulations, we're back up here. But another trade you could be looking for, just like Ethereum, how we're breaking that downtrend. We look at Bitcoin right now, and it's very simple, same kind of deal. You're looking for this trade, right? Retest continuation, right? All the way back up to the highs. You don't need to enter on the break. You can enter on the retrace, right? Sometimes you don't get the retrace, but if you mitigate this high, you have changed structure bullishly, bull divs, retest continuation. Okay, so that's what I'd be looking for right now. With a little bit of patience, you can win too, right? exhaustion. You can see the exhaustion, right? This thing's down, breaking structure, retest to previous lows, roll over this morning, getting everybody bearish, only to V-shape recover, right? So if we put in a higher low, we can get an inverse head and shoulders here, right? And then we push to the moon. Okay, so these are the things we're always looking at to put the narrative together, right? When we put the narrative together, it's much easier to have confidence in the trade, right? Because for me, sitting through this shit this morning in a long, I would be pretty uncomfortable if I didn't have confidence, right? I need to be confident. And it's okay. I am managing my risk, right? When taking this trade, but I'm confident because of the idea that I've put together. I'm confident because I got the US pointing this way, right? And I'm gonna have like a $1,500 day. Happy effing days, right? But it's trusting your TA and taking the trade, right? There it is. So with OC's idea, I swear you copied my my Twitter post, bro.
Did I?
Did you see that?
Why? No, not really. Can you show it?
My Twitter post here. Yeah, I'll show it right
Oh,
now.
I see something like that in right here. Did you share it here?
Yeah, I shared it here. I posted this 2 days ago, bro. Here's the down for OC. Then the all-time highs, then the death. Okay? That's what I see.
Oh.
But it's that same area where right now we come down, retest the lows, and then we go. Look at this trade, man. Up only now.
Nice.
Holy smokes. All-time highs. Here we come. I'm kidding. Oh man, but that's the Twitter post. So, and it's a similar area, right? So if we go on like a weekly here and we look, it's in here, right? You were looking here, right? I think. And then yeah, that Twitter post. Oh, that's the P&L. But yeah, right now I think, like we've talked about before, OC, and I think it's important to understand, like, with the price action right now and where we are, we don't necessarily want to see this thing go up only, right? Up only could be, we just had our highest weekly close ever, okay? And if we're following the trend, what do we have, right? We have bullish doji, bullish doji, bullish doji. So what should this be? Bullish, right? But all trends eventually come to an end, right? So we said last time that, if we sweep this high and then we close below the range area here. So we sweep up, we put in a beautiful, beautiful candle to Valhalla. Everybody's telling their grandmother you should have bought Bitcoin. And then this thing comes back and it closes red in our zone here. We could be in big trouble. That's my opinion. Right? If we SFP and we close down here, back into this area in here, we're in big trouble. Because that is a recipe for retracement. If you're trading this like a fractal, right? And you look at this, and we go through all of our examples, right? We look at what happens when you put in a double top SFP on. This is one of my favorite fucking things to trade all the time. Okay, this double top or triple top SFP, man, you get this 3 drives SFP. This SFP is so juicy, bro. I will short the living. I will sell my grandmother and short it. You know what I mean? Like this SFP, right? This one, right? Like any of this. Back up the truck and I will short it all day long. this here, right? If it didn't happen at 4 a.m., right? In the opposite direction, right? If you're looking at it in the opposite direction, this thing right here, double bottom, sweep. I would long the living. This happens all the time, right? The only difference is time, right? So if this happens on a weekly, right? This happens on a weekly, double top, SFP, closing back into the range. I will short this thing so fast, it'll be crazy, right? So that's what I don't want to see. I would like to see sideways, right? I keep telling you guys, sideways is so much more bullish, man. Any sort of retracement, right? If we can come back in, a little retracement into like 100,097, sign me up, man. I'm game for that. That's where I'll live, right in here, right in here. Come back here, oh baby, man. Nice point of control, retest, continuation. That to me, this will produce higher prices for everything if we have this. If we just do this, we're in big trouble. That's my opinion. So I agree a lot with you, OC. If you are bearish right now, then it's like you're talking about the cycle and how it's going faster, I think. So for me, my theory right now is that we are 2 to 3 months ahead. Okay.
Oh,
so
that
my
actually
theory
makes sense,
is that
man.
if this is sell in May and go away, right here, sell in May and go away, right? That's where we're at right now, right?
Right.
This we're over here. We're coming into June, right? So we're here. We're almost a month and a bit. So in my opinion, we're still here. Where we are here, this is where we're trading right now, right in here, right? We're actually right here. Because of the tariffs, because of the dump, I think we are in here, and this is our 2 months of euphoria. This is our bull run, and then it's the sell in May, which means sell in August and go away. Everybody at the beach. So we still, in my opinion, we still probably have this. If we can ABC in here, OC, if we can ABC in here, we can get this. If we don't ABC 1, 2, 3 in the place to be, if we don't chop in here and then go, then we might be in for one of these where we're doing one of these. And this is not what I want to say, but this is, what we could be in for is something along, no, wait, not this one. Sorry. This one here where we're doing this right now. And then we have pain to come, right? So we have, instead of that, we get a blow off top and we come down, and then anything's possible, right? So I like to think because of the tariffs, we got this, right? We got from January to April, right? 1 second. I gotta go and pay for something. Is that my door?
Absolutely.
If you could cover for 1 second, I'll
Yes,
be right back.
my pleasure. Can you drop your screen? Oh, perfect. Nice. All right, guys. So let's keep it up here. Let me share my screen really quickly, and let's go here. All right, so at least news on X from AIXBT. Why not? Let's take a look at the AIXBT, right? I think we have looked into the possibilities of Bitcoin, right? And you can see where we're aiming to, right? Maybe somewhere around these areas here. As we are creating, remember this was from yesterday, we are creating higher lows. And here we did not create a higher high, but still we can do the next movement. Still, this is not about a breakout. It could be about the retest, and then off we go. This is the 4 hours, right? So it's not that big of a deal if we have the sweep of the lows somewhere around here. But let's jump into AIXBT. There we go. Perfect. So let's see. Zen says, I appreciate. I'm reading the latest news on X from AIXBT. What does they say? Are they bullish, bearish? I'm not following them, to be honest. Let me know. At this point, we need to be very careful because we could be into either a cricket head and shoulders, all right, or better yet, into a dead cat bounce. There's something that I would love to see, and it is a pattern that we already know from Bitcoin. If you guys recall this, it is a bump, right? The next higher, the next bump, create a nice support base with a trend line, and then after that, we create a, usually I want to see it higher, right, with a dead cat bounce range like this. Why I want to see this higher? Because in that case, I can have one more movement to the upside, like in here, and then breakout retest, off we go to the upside. All right, but that's not what I'm saying so far. I do see the first high. I do see the trend line here to the upside. All right, like this. I do also see a trend line somewhere around here, but this one is very, very steep. Or steep. I believe that, we could still have something like that and then rearrange, but it's not there yet. So we need to take this with caution. We're breaking through the zero line. We're above the, one second. We're above the zero line in here, all right? We could be going downwards and then upwards. That's what I would like to see. But that also means that if we don't break here, we could be now going below dynamic reactor. All right. So there's two scenarios. We bounce on the dynamic reactor to the upside and off we go. So that will be bullish. Or we bounce now, we break dynamic reactor, we create a lower low. All right. And then by creating the lower low, we're basically doomed, because now we're below the dynamic reactor, which is resistance. Let's bring up the rest of our indicators just to see what's going on. We are bringing up with our quantum reactor strong support, all right? That doesn't mean that we're not going to be making it through. But look at when they pair, they send the price to the opposite zone. So in this case, we're pairing. We could be sending the price to the opposite. So if we're going downwards, the price could be going higher. So we are bullish. There's no denial. Could this be your entry zone? I would say it could, but just be careful in this area. I would say do not go full position. I would say somewhere around here. Set your stop loss below the previous low. Add your wiggle room. Try to be just above, below this area. And your entry zone, I will be pulling it somewhere around there. Not giving you exact numbers. Remember that change depending on where you're looking at. In this case, it's Binance. If you're somewhere else, just do the same analysis. And then you'll have your entry point, right? At this point, at dynamic reactor. Center of the dynamic reactor, slightly lower. Why? Because we have quantum reactor coming in strong. Basically, where the dynamic reactor and quantum reactor, they are pairing or coinciding, that is my entry point, all right? And then aim to previous highs, all right? This is going to be half of an entry. All right, guys? So that's basically what we got. Let's see. We still have 10 more minutes. Guys, I want to take a look at a couple of things. Let me know if you're interested on something.
This Mexican guy, send me.
Oh, you got it, bro. That's
some
amazing.
Mexican guy. Send me
It
some
arrived.
I had to pay $40 for shipping.
What? I paid for the shipping, bro.
That's okay.
No, I actually paid for the shipping, bro.
Maybe my wife ordered diapers and everything too.
All right. Open it. Let's break this
Opening.
down.
Oh, cocaina. Oh,
The sweet
the
smell
number one
Coke, right?
product in all of Mexico. Holy. If I die, everybody witnessing here, right? You see OC said, if all of a sudden you hear boom, okay?
But the funniest thing is that I actually put an envelope that says cautions, anthrax here inside. And then I crossed out anthrax and said money because I was sending a 50 pesos bill. But they actually, police came, they turned it back to me and they said, hey, what the hell is that? And I was like, that's a joke, man. And I still had to turn it off. All right, that is a hammock. That is a...
Hey, it smells like burrito.
That's because that is how do you call it? Half used? No, that is a used hammock. No, I'm just kidding. Of course not.
He farted in a jar for me too.
And I tried to pick up a color, that matches your flag, man. So I hopefully you like it.
Thank you, OC.
My pleasure, my friend.
Muchos gracias, amigo. That's all I got.
The what? No. No. Should be something else in there, isn't it? You gotta be kidding me.
Just this.
No.
That's it.
No, really? Are you serious?
I'm kidding me.
No, that's another. That's the special one. You should be getting a
The
bigger one.
coffee, the cocaina.
Is that it?
And this one's for Cheeky Cheeky.
That's actually to store your money. So if you lose it, nobody's gonna think that gonna think that it's a
That's a
coin
nice
holder.
spread.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, it is in there. Almost, my heart almost went out. Perfect. Yeah, that's the one, man. That's
Let's
the
go.
one. Let's go.
OC. I'm
Nice.
going. Have a good day, guys. I'm gonna go and be up for 5 days. Mexican cocaina.
Do it on the mocha, or by the way, this is half of the thing I'm gonna be sending you. That's a special edition one. I'm gonna be sending you it here. Wait, where is it? Give me 1 second. I got it around here. 1 second.
Oh shit. Hey guys, there's the TA today, boys.
All right, I just was waiting for you to get it. This is gonna be the next thing that I'm gonna be sending you. Not from here. I'm gonna be sending it from Amazon. This is a portable espresso machine. The only thing is you need to do it twice. So you just open it up. Here goes the water, the hot water. Of course, you need to the water drop on my keyboard.
On his keyboard.
And then the other way around, here is where the coffee goes. So you just pack it up with coffee and kind of like clean it up. And there is a little rubber gasket inside it, the orange one. So you just make sure that it compresses, it doesn't slip. Yep, you just turn it around. Remember, there's your hot water in here. You turn it open, and then you do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 5th push, just a little bit of coffee comes out. Wait 15 seconds, and then just do it once a second until the water is gone. That's gonna be making you a great cup of coffee.
Oh shit. That's cool.
It actually.
Thank you so much, OC.
My pleasure.
Now
my
I gotta
friend.
send you something for your. When is your wedding party? Cause I want to come.
Absolutely. My wedding, like the important one, we just made it official, right? We do religious wedding and we also do, the paperwork stuff. We just did the official paperwork. We're still planning where is it going to be because I want to invite you all. Not only you, Alex, and Piper, and Alex Fernandez, and all the team, but also want to invite you, all of you guys here in the chat room. So I'm talking about with my girlfriend to make it in a resort. That means you just need
Your wife.
My wife. I will need to edit this part. So we're talking about maybe making it into a resort or something like that where we can host as many people as we can. And you just basically get your resort ticket and that's it. That would be maybe on Playa del Carmen, Mexico, Riviera Maya. And all that you can eat, all that you can drink, party, and stay for two nights. So, but still, I'll get you the details as soon as we do the down payment and we have the reservation for the place. I'll send you the details, my friend.
Perfect.
Awesome. All right, guys. So
Thanks so much, bro.
My pleasure, my friend. I had such a blast going through the markets, getting the best coffee that I love. Man, I just have a blast. Glad that you
Now
liked
I
it.
got it. Now that I have your address, I'm
Oh,
gonna
you
send
do?
you something.
Sure, whatever. I mean, I didn't expect anything.
I'm gonna
I'm
send
glad
you
to
a-
see you happy, my friend.
I'm gonna send you a Canadian moose.
Nice, love it. Does that fit? Those things are like 3 meters high, are they?
Oh yeah.
Nice. Moose jerky, Sensen says.
That's it, man. I'm gonna
Perfect.
send you one that goes on your lawn. You can put it out front. Okay?
That'll be fantastic. I love it.
A big Canadian. I got one in my backyard. It just hangs out.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
No, I don't.
Oh, I thought you did, man. Like, I live in
I'll
the
get you a
city
statue.
here
You'll
in
be the only
Merida.
Mexican in all of Mexico with a giant moose statue. And you can
That'll
put a
be
sombrero
awesome.
on it.
I'll put it in my front porch, my friend. I swear to God.
Awesome.
To keep
Oh,
the
thank you
moose
so
away
much,
from your
man. I'm gonna
lawn.
buy some coffee. Oh man, my wife will be happy too. She'll be like, "Oh, you got more coffee."
Nice. Just a quick disclaimer. If you do that coffee with the French press, 3 big spoons, and also you need to add cinnamon, just a little piece of cinnamon, cinnamon stick, sorry, and also do 3 spoons of brown sugar, melaza sugar. So, and then you pour down the water. If you're gonna make it on the press, you need to add the sugar with that specific coffee, just so you know. And yeah,
Awesome. Thank you so much, man.
my pleasure, brother. And I'll send you a tutorial for the hammock.
Yeah, send me. Yeah, because I want to. I'm gonna put it in my living room so I don't have to sleep with my wife anymore. Because the baby's loud.
That is a double. That is like a double mattress, but in hammock. Translate to a hammock, so it fits 2 adult
That's so
persons.
cool. Awesome.
Nice.
Thank you so much, man.
My pleasure, my friend. Such a pleasure. All right, guys. So I think we need to go. Alex, do you need to be another place to teach, isn't it?
Yeah, I have to teach in another Discord. So
Absolutely. Alex, really happy to see it. It arrived. I was expecting it to arrive either from the end of today or tomorrow. I'm very confused what it
Perfect timing.
cost.
It gave
Yeah.
me time off work too. Look at double gift, man.
That was amazing. Guys, hopefully you have a fantastic week. Be optimistically cautious out there, all right? Remember to use a stop loss. Remember, if you have any questions, we're here every single day in the morning. Remember to bring up your questions. We're here to help you. We're here to guide you. And take advantage of this service, man. You're already paying for it, and we want to give it to you because I think, well, in my case, I always want somebody to guide me, right? Other than that, it's too late, guys. We need to go. Thank you for coming. And as always, see you guys tomorrow.